Hello Galactic Survivor and welcome to my first playthrough of Empyrean Galactic Survival modded with Reforged Eden. I have just gloriously crash landed here on Aqua in my escape pod after surviving an attack by an unknown enemy force on the UCH vessel where I was stationed. I hope that you enjoyed my little cinematic intro into the series, as I felt that falling from the skies in an escape pod with no backstory was not the most fun way to start off. I will be playing on our server called Meyers Bliksems, which is run by myself and my husband Krazong. Because this is a live server environment, you may see some random chatter from other players from time to time, and we may even run across other players or their ships and bases as we explore. My goal with this series is to start off on my own and meet up with my faction later on. This loosely aligns with the story of Empyrean in that you are searching for your crew members and other survivors after an attack. I am not going to read every single dialogue as we follow along the story, simply because I tend to fumble over my words and it feels like a lot of stress. You are very welcome to pause the video at any time if you want to read the ones that I skim over. I do want to try to do as many of the missions as I can, but some of them are locked behind your faction reputation. Thus, if you are friendly with the Polaris and Talon factions, you can do their missions, but you will be locked out of Zyrax and Pirate missions, and vice versa. My faction members have a bit of a head start on me at the moment, and I also did not start on the same starting planet that they did. We are currently 4 members in the faction spread out all across the galaxy and trying to meet up with one another. I started here on Aqua in the Alpha starter system, which is one of the easy temperate starter planets with a breathable atmosphere and the promise of basic resource deposits on the planet's surface. It has a moderate temperature range between 0 and 44 degrees Celsius and promises no radiation for the most part. There is Zyrax presence on this planet, so we are sure to be subjected to base attacks, but this planet also houses Talon and offers access to the basic starting missions. My plan is to follow the storyline and build up my resources until I can bring in a CV, which will allow me to travel outside of this system. Once I am warp capable, I will try to find my faction mates and join up with them so that we can explore this galaxy together from then on. So, let's get to surviving! We don't currently have a light, we don't have a suit equipped yet. And we are playing on our server, which has no weight, volume or CPU restrictions right now. Oh. Oops. Yes, I heard you. Run! Okay, cool. Starting off strong. And this one is supposed to go to the fence mode! Oh, I didn't want that. So these little buggers stun you. Okay. There you go. Oh, that's not good. I'm not feeling well. Need more plant protein. Okay, we need to go pick some plant protein. I'm already dead in the first 2 minutes, and this is me dying, which is most likely going to happen over and over again. But let's see if we can make some bandages. What does the key again be? So you can actually keep track of your deaths, and I'm far behind, so that's very cool. Oh no. So let's use the little survival tool. Grab some resources while we go. There we go. Let's put that in number 8. Use a little bandage. See if we can get just a little bit of health back. Okay, that's the gun. There we go. Okay, feeling better already. And just stand there. I will just shoot you. Antenna, just hang on for me. go. That's amazing. Oh, let's shoot your little baby. This is so cruel. You saw nothing. Okay, and we have reached level 4. That is good. That is very good. Let us go plug into this thing and see. That's the receiver. Someone has already dug down. That's quite nice. I wish I could see what I'm doing. Can I make a light? No, I cannot. An atmospheric condenser, I can make that. I need to unlock these. I need more plant. You know what? Let's use that one. Bring it up a little bit more. Let's make all the food we can. I can't see where I'm going, but there's a big glowing yellow dot. Talk to communications uplink. Looks like I can access the antenna's maintenance port from here. Establish a connection. So I basically plugged my USB into this dirty old port that was just dug out of the ground and proceeded to meet Ida, the integrated data analyst from the UCH satellite above us. She is the little AI companion that accompanies you on your journey and has some pretty cute dialogue sometimes. She tells us that she was unable to link to our suit's data link until we linked up with this antenna, and now that the connection is made, she calibrated herself to interface directly with our suit and provide us with scanning and telemetry data. Ida fills in some blanks in our memory, and we learn that the UCH fleet was scheduled to leave Apollon Station in orbit around Jupiter on an expeditionary journey to Proxima Centauri using a prototype warp field generator aboard the UCH flagship, the MS Titan. This warp field was supposed to encapsulate the entire fleet and move them all as a unit, but something went wrong. Ida tells you that she has reports of weapons fire on Apollon Station shortly after the fleet left, and all communication was lost minutes later. The Titan and its fleet, however, encountered a spatial rift anomaly and was thrown off course into an uncharted sector of space during their warp. I disconnected from the antenna and had a meteorite warning, which alerted me to the fact that the resource deposits on this planet were depleted. If the resource deposits on a planet or a moon are all mined out to depletion, that planet may get hit with random resource meteorites. These are essentially just a huge ball of resource that you can see as it falls down, leaving a little trail behind. You can then mine them down and they will disappear again to make space for a new meteorite to fall. I salvaged down a little wreckage and started the first chapter mission called Human Debris. Ida told us that she found a wrecked UCH ship but was unable to detect any human life forms, and we went off to investigate. It was still dark at this stage, so I spent the night gathering resources on the ground and picking up plants. The planet was mostly empty of threats, and I didn't have too much difficulty keeping safe from danger, apart from some spiders that decided to attack. And it's night, so all the... Oh, there's a spider. I can hear it. I can't see it. Where are you? You've got little glowing red eyes. I only have a survival tool. Come on. I love spiders. Ugh. Oh, okay. Cheeky little Shift F, grab everything that he has. Let's try to kill this thing. Please stand still. I can't shoot for anything. Come on. Come on. There we go. Spider down. Shift F, grab all of your little bits. Oh. And grab all of the copper because we're going to need all of this. If most of the resources are already mined out, we are going to struggle. Aqua is one of the easier starting planets and didn't offer much threats. However, resources were turning out to be quite scarce. I made a portable constructor, some bandages, and as many food bars as I could. As long as you keep these food bars in the output of your suit's constructor, they never spoil. So this is a handy tip for future. I ran around collecting as much stuff as I could carry until the sun came up. And as I made my way towards the UCH wreckage, which was still over 1.5 kilometers away, I reached player level 6 on the way. But I didn't bother unlocking much of the tech tree just yet. Unlock points are limited in this game, and getting more is only a late game feature and would be really tough at this stage. So I didn't want to burn through everything that I've unlocked just so that I can realize later on that I can't build a small vessel or a capital vessel because I need to unlock something. I was going to have to be economical on using my points. It was still about an hour before sunrise when I finally decided to set up camp next to a little wreckage. My meats were about to spoil, so I spent the darkest hours before the sun came out to cook up what I could. I made a beautiful shotgun and some ammunition and got myself sorted with some basic tools. There we go, the sun is slowly starting to rise. UCH wreckage is about 1 kilometer in that direction. And I still don't have anything much to defend myself with. The shotgun is on its way. Oh, there's a little iron deposit, 50% left. The remnants of players who went before. We're going to need quite a lot of ore to bring in anything that is capable of getting us off world. Okay. Does raw egg do anything? No. Ooh. Oh, but this has a 25% chance of treating indigestion and food poisoning. Two things that I don't have right now, thankfully. I need to craft up more bandages as I go, and that's the antenna. This is where we fought a spider earlier. All the nasties like to come out in the dark. And then as soon as the sun rises, they just scuttle off and they're like, well, I don't know what you're talking about. We didn't do anything. So we have explored. Where's my map? Oh, I see a little green talon area. That's the UCH wreckage. We have only explored this little spot here. We've already found talon. They are the good guy aliens. They sell all sorts of herbs and spices and things, plants, and they've got a cool little story of their own as well. Let's go grab a little bit of that salvage wreckage. There's another one down there. I want more bandages right now, as many as we can make. And this one has a, oh, that's very nice. I heard a, did I hear a leaf cutter? Oops. Oh no, I heard a parasaur, I guess. So this one goes to salvage mode. You just right click to swap modes. And we can grab a bit of stuff from here. So this is a little POI, it'll regenerate. And also, since it's on the starter planet, oops, got a bit of a fright there. Since it's on the starter planet, even if it decides for some strange reason not to regenerate again, it will fix itself the moment that the starter planet wipes. Okay, there we go. Is making that sound. Now, if I remember correctly, there should be a little bit of a fight going on at the UCH wreckage when we reach there, but I'm thinking, if I remember correctly, they give you at least a sniper rifle and some rounds when you reach there. So it shouldn't be too difficult, and there's like a little drone that attacks you. So I think we'll just grab this. There's more of it under the ground, but I'm not going to dig that out. Let's grab this floating bit. We like floating bits. There we go. And oh, there's a bit of copper. Copper right now is really good because we need, yeah, it is copper. For a second I second guessed myself. So we need a lot of copper so that we will be able to make ammunition. All the ammunition, and also wood, trees. Because you need to get nitrocellulose, which is made from trees and I believe a rock, I think. A lot of I thinks and I hopes, so let's hope I'm correct on at least some of them. And our little setup should be right around the corner. That up, pick this up. Okay, I am likely to, oh, what do I need to make more? Plant protein, I guess. I'm likely to die, so that's just the other thingus. I'm likely to die, so I think I need more bandages than anything right now. And also need to keep an eye on our food. Perish time 10. Because I don't have a steady source of nutrition right now. Oh. Leaf cutters. What's bad about these guys is that they stun you. They used to be really little... There we go. One down. Little docile guys. They didn't actually even fight back at one time. And now they are irritating because they stun you and they are getting their revenge. I thought I might get some food out of you. That's sort of disappointing. Ah, there we go. One little piece of meat. I see 2 more, 3 more maybe. There we go. Look at his little teeth. Yeah. Big bug. There we go. Another piece of meat. Fun times. Oh, there you are. Little cheeky bugger. Oh! Now I can't move. No! Oh, that wasn't a lot of fun. Let's eat that. Let's use that. Okay. Almost died again. On the easy planet. Ooh, what's that? Ooh. Teethy boy. Let's leave the teethy boy. After fighting off a few leafcutter bugs and finding the toothy local wildlife, I grabbed as much above ground resources as I could while I made my way back to my constructors. This was when I decided to unlock some items from my tech tree and took a look at the vessels I had available to build. I originally considered a hover vessel, but getting the 240 ingots of Erestrum and Zascosium would be difficult. This little hover vessel also needed cobalt, sathium, and titanium. Not much, but all difficult resources to find on the first day or two. I ended up deciding on a standard issue Blue Dart, which I would later come to regret when I would find out just how difficult this idea of mine truly was. Looking back, I admit that I could have made better choices, but in the moment, it somehow made sense to me. I had to unlock some devices from the tech tree in order to be able to build my little ship, and I went to town spending my hard-earned unlock points in order to start making progress towards my goal. While browsing the tech tree, I realized that I needed to be level 12 to unlock some of the items needed for my small vessel. This baffled me, as the unlock level on the ship's page showed only level 7, so I was actually still a little way off getting myself truly mobile. This would be but the first time that the factory would give me false hope and feed me lies. I took my new chainsaw out to start my mass deforestation project, but was accosted by some giant crickets, which gave me the opportunity to test out my new shotgun as well. This was the most powerful gun that I had at the moment, and I felt invincible. Much more efficient to deforest the whole planet. Oh! Revenge. Yes, I heard you. Shift fail there. There we go. That's what this is called from now on. That's shift fail. Shift F is supposed to pick up everything out of the body. And sometimes you just stand there like a pleb. It opens it up and it's like, well, you want it open, it's open now. Instead of just opening it, take in everything and closing it again. At this stage, I decided to pull the little blue dart into a single player game to try and see if I can alter its blueprint and maybe make it a little bit more level 7 friendly. I added some more tools and weapons to my constructor queue before I went, and I gathered some more resources as well, so that I would have something to my name when I return to the game later. I will be doing a lot of resource gathering in this game in future, especially as we reach higher tiers and need to build bigger and better ships along the way. I hope that you enjoyed my little adventure starting out on this planet. If you want to see where this space mission leads me or want to keep up to date on my future adventures, don't forget to subscribe and click that bell icon to be notified of future uploads. Until the next one, tot ziens en lekker speel!